This is the new Osmo Mobile 6. It comes with a few nice new things, but first let me show you a few cinematic shots because let's go. But for all the new people, what is a gimbal stabilizer for your smartphone? In this case, phone stabilizer. Well, actually, let me really show you closer. You see this? You see how stable the phone remains, even though I'm all crazy doing stuff, and you know, this means that you can walk, you can run, you can even jump, and the phone, your footage, in this case your video, will be smooth and stable. It won't have those crazy vibrations and those crazy jittery movements and all that. So this will help you to achieve that smooth and cinematic footage that everyone these days is looking for, right? And you know, guys, that these days vertical is super important. And you know, I wake up in the morning, I hear vertical. I just have my dinner, I hear vertical. I open YouTube, I hear vertical. It's like a bombing. But DJI, of course, has to adapt. And this is super nice because just by pressing the button twice, you enter into the vertical mode, and pressing it twice again, you get back into the horizontal mode. This is super convenient because in some previous models and other phones, you just had to dismount everything, move with your hand, and you know, these days, look at this. Oh, I'm a magician, look at this, with my mind. Oh my goodness. DJI has named this the Quick Launch. It automatically turns on after being unfolded. This is quite great, and then you just attach your phone and in a few seconds you are ready to go. Which is pretty convenient and pretty nice because this way you don't have to turn on the device anymore, you just don't have to do any crazy stuff. And it's easy. And what about the ActiveTrack, guys? Because on the OM5 I was pretty happy. Back then I remember doing the review and saying this is just as good as it gets. I mean, you just can't do any better than this. And yes, they have updated it again, they have enhanced it again. It's the ActiveTrack 5.0. And yeah, as I don't have any friends or girlfriends anymore, I just need to take out my dog. And I did some testing, which was really interesting because overall on the street and even in the woods, the tracking worked just flawlessly. There were a bunch of trouble when there was like a high grass and you know, it became in between the dog and camera, but apart from that, it just worked flawlessly. It is reliable, and if you're tracking a person, even in the woods, it just works. Oh yeah. The gimbal switch means this Osmo Mobile 6 has now 4 different modes that you can use to film. First one being the follow mode, and you can change them with the M button. Pressing the M button, you'll see that this little icon changes. Second, it's the tilt mode. Then we have the FPV mode, cool shots you can do with this one, trust me. And finally the spin shot. And I know that you'll be asking, no, you're not able to do a 360 with this one. Let me quickly show you how big the OM6 is when folded and with all its components. It is really small. Actually, compared to the OM5, it is roughly the same size and weight, but you can easily pack it into your backpack or purse. The good thing, of course, as I mentioned before, is that it is super easy to unfold and launch.
Guys, I wanted to show you one last thing because I think it's super interesting. In the past, this little part of the gimbal, it was constantly pressing my buttons. As you can see, I always like having a case, and at some point my iPhone was always going crazy because it was just, you know, pressing the buttons. But this one, look at what DJI has made in this one. As you can see, the form of this arm is not anymore 90 degree. It has like this slight curve, so that actually the part that is holding the phone is on top of the corner of the case. Can you see this? So at this way it won't be pressing your buttons anymore. I think this is just way too smart.
And guys, what about the extension rod? I thought I wouldn't use it, but it's one of those things that you use and then can't stop using. Not because it's better or worse, I feel it's just like more comfortable. Like you have to move less, you can go further down without having to knee, and it is more comfortable, as I'm saying. You can also twist the top part of the gimbal to nail the perfect angle. And now definitely you look like a tourist. Mixed feelings with this wheel. At first I thought manual focus, who the hell is going to be needing something like this on a smartphone? But it has another very interesting function, which is the zoom function. Inside the DJI Mimo app, you can just, of course, depending on your smartphone, jump from one lens to another. So in the case of my iPhone 12, I can swap from the wide angle lens to the regular one just by doing this. Just a quick pause here, guys. It says current camera does not support manual focus. This is because of my iPhone 12, which does not, of course, have manual focus, but I know, for example, iPhone 13 Pro, 14 Pro do have it, and some other phones do have it as well, so this will entirely depend on your phone. I really love this because I am constantly going from one to another, depending on what I'm filming. And guys, very shortly, this is the DJI Mimo app. You know it from previous models and the action cameras and all that. Top left corner, device. Once you're connected and everything, the most important here is gonna be on the top bar. You'll have all the different resolutions and frame rates that you're gonna be using when shooting inside the app. Remember that you can also use your regular camera app on your smartphone. You can of course go into the manual mode and change everything in order to expose correctly, but the bottom bar, probably the most important. You can swipe here left and right to photo, pano, and all the different things, you know, story and slow-mo, which will add a nice slow-mo. And then there are some effects like this one. Feel free to test these effects. They're nice, they're creative, so make sure to spend some time testing them out. Then you have also a time-lapse and a hyperlapse. Another important thing, of course, if you just want to access your gallery, bottom left on this play button, you go inside and then you have all the different shots that you did. This is the LightCut app, guys. DJI is recommending to use this one tap edit and all that because apparently it's super easy. I have been testing a little bit around. It's really simple and it's clean. It's what I really like about this app. Just know that you can use templates. For example, if you go into templates, there are different templates, and all you do right here basically is to put your footage into those templates, and then you can export good and high quality Instagram or TikTok reels or whatever you want to export from this app. You can even have templates before filming and they will tell you exactly what to film so that you have a nice video. So it's pretty interesting. Give it a shot because you can do nice things. Let me see. I'm gonna use a template and do some automated exports, see what happens.
My head feels like a fountain overflowing, going upside down. Giving me more heart, sky higher than mountains. Kind of love could turn me inside out. Wanna be yours.
Well, this is it, boys. I really hope that you enjoyed a lot this review of the Osmo Mobile 6. Many things more to come. Let me know in the comments if you think that you may be purchasing this, if you stay with your OM5, OM4, if it's not too different, just let me know in the comments, and always remember to hit the thumb, sub if you're not yet, because comparisons versus the OM5 and many other videos are also coming. Nothing really else to say. Always, guys, remember to keep calm and talk to you later.